jury's in here, please. Okay, welcome back. Thank you all for bearing with us. We appreciate your patience. Stay calm. Young, thanks for bearing with us. You can come on up, take your seat. You're under the same oath that we administered to you just a little while ago.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Please, you say your name for the record.
Richard Thomas Young.
Okay, so Mr. Young, when we last spoke, we had finished up the crime scene that you had conducted on the defendant's vehicle that was recovered out of Orlando, right?
Correct.
Okay, so what I'd like to do now is move to the scene of the shooting. We have here State's Exhibit 8, an indication down here with a red car being the defendant's vehicle. I want to go up here to the Naylor scene of the shooting. Did you respond to that area at some point in time?
Yes, I did.
Okay. After you got done here?
Correct.
All right, but kind of technically before the car of the defendant was processed?
Correct.
All right. And again, with respect to the scene of the shooting there on Naylor, did you document what you observed?
Yes.
All right, and did you collect and preserve various pieces of evidence from that location as well?
Yes, I did.
And I'm kind of jumping forward a little bit, but at some point in time, do you remove Sergeant Morales' vehicle from that scene, and is a subsequent examination conducted of the vehicle?
Yes.
All right. So I want to show you some photographs, and I'll start with page 55, 59, 60, 61, 63, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 81, 82, and finally 84. You recognize all those photographs?
Yes, I do.
And do those photographs truly and accurately depict the scenes as they appeared when those photographs were taken relative to your investigation now with respect to the shooting at the Naylor scene?
Yes, I do.
All right, offer those photographs as evidence.
Objection, Report. That objection for the defense. State's Exhibits 55, 59, 60, 61, 63, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 78, 79, 81, 82, and 84 be admitted to evidence.
Your Honor, if I could have Mr. Young step down so that we can display the photographs of the jury. That warms up, sir, there will be displayed for you State's Exhibit 13, which has been identified by witnesses as an aerial of the scene at the conclusion or after the shooting, okay?
Sure.
You recognize that photograph?
Yes, I do.
Okay, for purposes of your of this portion of your testimony, what I want to do is focus on this area in the photograph. What is in that particular location of this photograph?
I have some photo markers there marking some evidence,
And specifically, what type of evidence was marked there?
spent casings.
As we look at the relationship between those photo markers and Sergeant Morales' car, would Sergeant Morales' car be tilted, the rear of his car, towards or away from those casings that we're observing at the back of Naylor there?
They would be tilted away.
Okay. And when I say tilted away, I'm referring to the driver's side of his car. Would be tilted away from the location in which these casings are located?
Correct.
All right. Now, specifically with respect to the distance between these casings and Sergeant Morales' car, did you conduct a measurement of that distance?
Yes, I did.
All right, I want to show you what's in evidence of State's Exhibit 23, which has been a diagram created by, who is CSI Carmichael?
One of my fellow employees back then.
Okay. And anyways, with respect to measurements and so forth, did you collect this data?
Yes, I did.
All right. It's a little bit fuzzy, but what I'd like you to do is explain to us what we're looking at with respect to this line at the bottom of the diagram. Again, Deputy Sheriff Bennett has indicated that this fairly accurately represents the position of the various vehicles as he arrived on scene during the shooting. Can you tell us what that line is at the bottom? I'm referring to down here.
That was the line of my measurements from his open driver's door to where the first set of casings were C, D, and E.
Okay. So you're talking about the open driver's door of Sergeant Morales' vehicle?
That's correct.
Okay. And when you say C, D, and E, are you marking the closest and the furthest?
That's correct.
Okay. So how many feet, for instance, do we have from photo marker A, you know, as the crow flies straight down to Sergeant Morales' door?
149 feet.
Okay. And how about from this one here, the photo marker C?
138 feet.
And again, as we look at this, does this truly and accurately depict the relationship between the shell casings surrounding this vehicle, which would be Detective Bennett's, and the position of the sergeant's vehicle and the defendant's vehicle?
Yes. I think I made a mistake on my measurements. It's 139 feet and 148 feet.
Okay, what did you say? I guess I maybe...
I think I said 138 feet to the first one.
All right, okay, let's get it straight. One more time. What is it again?
So 139 feet and 148 feet the furthest.
Great. Okay. Okay, let's move from State 13, which was that aerial photograph. I want to show you State 84. Again, as we consider the distance, the 180, whatever we just went through.
139.
Right? As we look back from this vantage point, where are we looking at the crime scene?
Okay, you're in front of the two vehicles, Deputy Bennett's and Sergeant Morales' vehicle.
Okay.
You're looking back towards the south.
Okay. And so back here, as you can see in the back of that photograph, south on Naylor, that's the location of the shell casings with respect to that area, correct?
Correct.
All right. All right. Talk to us about this photograph. What are we looking here at State's Exhibit 15?
Okay, these are all these photo markers here are marking where the spent shell casings that Deputy Bennett fired laying in the road here.
Okay, so when you collect these, and these are the shell casings that you conducted the measurements on?
Yes.
All right, and when you collect these items, do you also identify them by virtue of reference to the photo marker?
Correct.
Okay. And when you're working a crime scene, particularly a crime scene of this nature with various pieces of evidence, do you go consecutively through the alphabet?
Try to.
What happens if you hit Z?
I'll pull out my numbers.
Okay. All right, so what I want to talk to you about first is the photo marker A, which is going to be State's Exhibit 85. I'll ask you to take a look at this. And ask you if you recognize that.
Yes, I do.
Okay. And can you tell us what's contained in State's Exhibit 85?
Yeah, this would be photo marker A.
Okay. And what is it?
It's spent shell casing.
Okay. And you know what kind of shell casing?
Spear.
Okay. Is that the type that's issued by the St. Louis County Sheriff's Office?
Yes, it is.
All right. And then let's move to states 86, which is going to be where on this photograph?
This is
Okay. Again, what is it that you collected?
the 45 caliber spear spent shell casing.
Okay. And then states exhibit 87. What are we looking at there?
Again, spent shell casing, 45 caliber spear, marker C, photo marker C.
Okay. Right here.
Correct.
Next, states 88. What is that?
Once again, 45 caliber, photo marker D, spear, shell casing. This one up here.
Under this car that, according to Detective Wentz, it arrived after the scene, correct?
Correct.
Or after the shooting. And then finally, states 89. What are we looking at there?
Same thing, 45 caliber spear, spent shell casing, photo marker E, which is further along the photo.
Now, based upon your training and experience, and we can see that these are all not sitting in a group, can you give us some explanation as to what type of factors might affect or influence the presence or the dispersion of shell casings like this?
Yes, so his vehicle was most probably parked here,
Okay?
and he was moving as he was firing. He would have had to be standing over here and then maybe moving across.
Now, these shell casings, can they also bounce off objects?
Absolutely.
So, for instance, if he was outside his vehicle and one of them bounced back and hit a windshield that could bounce to a particular location, is that correct?
Possible.
Okay. Furthermore, fair to say, I mean, we know this car wasn't present. Can foot traffic and vehicle traffic also affect the dispersion of the shells?
Yes, it can.
Okay. And again, for the record, how many total 45 caliber spear fired casings did you recover from this location?
5.
Your Honor, at this time, the state would offer in evidence states 85, 86, 87, 88, and 89.
Objection from the defense.
Yes, sir.
Not to, its objection be admitted as states exhibits 85, 86, 87, 88, and 89 evidence.
Now, we know that from your testimony that some evidence is collected during the course of an investigation by you and or other members of your agency and then taken back to the Sheriff's Office for examination, correct?
Correct.
Was Deputy Sheriff Bennett's firearm turned over to you for subsequent examination?
Yes, it was.
I want to show you State's Exhibit 24, which is in evidence. Now, this is State's Exhibit 24. Do you recognize this? Okay. And what do you recognize that to be? Speak out.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Whose is it?
Deputy Bennett's duty weapon.
Deputy Bennett himself identified this as his firearm. Is that correct? Yes. Thank you very much. For the benefit of the jury, can you just explain what's contained in this box?
It is obviously a firearm. It's got a trigger lock on it. This is the magazine to the firearm. Casing, which round to the magazine, round to the chamber.
Okay.
It's
Test fire.
I need you to speak up, both y'all.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, guys. All right, so this firearm, when you received it, was it loaded?
Yes, it was.
All right, and did you take it back to the Sheriff's Office to examine it?
Yes, I did.
All right, and were you able to determine how many unfired rounds were contained in the gun and in the magazine?
Yes, there was a total of 9 rounds in the gun, 1 in the chamber, 8 in the magazine.
Okay, and then we're going to go back. I know I keep asking these folks to do math, but if we've got 5 shell casings here at the scene, spear shell casings, then I'll ask you, are these spear rounds here?
Yes, they are.
Okay. Would 9 plus 5 equal full capacity 14 for this firearm?
That's correct.
All right, now, you can, all right, thank you. I want to move from this location to Sergeant Rouse's car. We know that after the shooting, Deputy Bennett drove down to check on Sergeant Morales, and that his car was, that Sergeant Morales' car was a canted vehicle, and that Detective Bennett or Deputy Bennett was the one that was pulled kind of next to him, correct?
That's correct.
All right. When we talk about, this is going to be State's Exhibit 19, when we talk about the location of Sergeant Morales' car here, again, it's traveling in what direction?
It's traveled north, northeast station.
Okay. And would it be in the correct or the incorrect lane of travel?
It's in the incorrect lane of travel. It's on the southbound lane.
All right. When you arrived on scene, were the emergency lights still on Sergeant Morales' car?
Yes, they were.
So in other words, the blue, and I think, you know, in this one snapshot or moment in time, we see both cars have some type of lights flashing, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And those are the overhead lights that you all use to conduct traffic stops?
Correct.
Now, I want to focus for the purpose of using this particular photograph to this area under Detective Bennett's car, specifically in this area. Did you examine that area underneath where Sergeant or Deputy Bennett's car came to rest?
Yes, I did.
All right. Can you tell the jury what you observed in this area here?
In that area there was a, call it a divot or a vehicle tire spun out and dug up the dirt. There was some fresh dirt sprayed backwards.
Where are we looking at that here?
It's under his right rear tire of Deputy Bennett's vehicle. This area right here.
All right, so we have, where this first arrow is pointing would be tire tracks associated with Deputy Bennett's car?
Correct.
And is this what you're talking about here?
Correct.
Okay, describe, what would you say is spin out? What are you talking about?
A vehicle tire evidently rapidly accelerated, kicking up the dirt and digging a little divot there.
Okay. Now, when you examined the defendant's vehicle, did you note that, and that's the Toyota Corolla that we've been looking at, the red Toyota Corolla, did you note whether or not it was front or rear wheel drive?
Yes, it's a front wheel drive vehicle.
State's Exhibit 17. Again, can you orient us here? What are we looking at in this particular photograph?
Okay, you're standing to the rear of Sergeant Morales' and Deputy Bennett's patrol vehicles, and you're looking towards the north.
All right, and over here, what are these that we're looking at in that photograph?
Those are all photo markers of evidence that I marked.
Okay. So before you go in and begin to mark the evidence, do you photograph the overall scene?
Yes, I'll photograph everything first when I first get there, and then I'll go back and I'll mark evidence and then photograph it again.
Okay. Let me show you State's Exhibit 55 then. And this would be a photograph that would depict the scene as it appeared before you began to take photograph or put your photo markers down. Is that
Correct,
right?
correct.
All right. What are we looking at here and here?
That's his ballistic vest. This here is a ballistic vest, and this is mic and shoulder mic and earpiece.
Okay. And you recall what this was here?
I believe that's his telephone, cell phone.
And you said you're referring to Sergeant Morales?
Sergeant Morales, sir.
All right. Let's go to 63 then, where these items have been subsequently marked with photo markers.
Yes.
All right. So let me start with 63. No, excuse me, 56, 57. 56, 57. All right. We're going to start off with what is been marked for identification, and it relates to placard ends. States number 56, which is St. Lucie Esto number 52, the belt buckle. Do you see that in here?
And yes.
Okay. Where is it for purposes of the record?
Right here on the edge of the roadway, on grass, and on the very edge of the roadway.
We're going to get you that just for a moment. So, did you collect this item?
Yes, I did.
Are you aware that the EMTs had arrived on scene?
Oh, yes, at this one.
And so they had removed certain items of Sergeant Morales' clothing and so forth?
Correct.
Okay. So I'll first show you States 56. Here it is. Now, so you recognize this?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And if you could open it and examine the contents, and just keep it down until it's in evidence, please. Okay, what is that?
It's a belt buckle from his duty belt.
Okay, from the duty
From
belt
his
itself?
duty belt, yes.
Okay. Your Honor, we'd offer into evidence States Exhibit 56.
Defense objection be admitted as States 56 on evidence.
Next, I'm going to show you States Exhibit 57. Can you tell us what we're looking at in that exhibit? And then orient us relative to the photograph, States 63, which is up on the screen. You recognize that?
What mark would be? Yes, this is the shoulder line.
Yes. And is that what is contained in that?
Shoulder mic and earpiece.
Okay, Your Honor, we offer in evidence States Exhibit 57. Thanks.
Objection be admitted as States 57 on evidence.
Now, I want to show a couple more photographs. I'm going to focus on O. What is depicted at photo marker O?
That was the front panel of his ballistic vest.
Okay. And we know from the record that Sergeant King recovered the back panel of the vest, and he talked about how that works. So this is the part that would, I guess, Velcro on? All right. And then obviously that was removed at the scene, correct?
Correct.
All right. I want to show you States Exhibit 59. What are we looking at here?
That's the front panel of the vest covering, and this here is a shot plate that fits inside this area here.
All right. Now, we talked about a little bit how you process evidence. Is this evidence that's being processed back at the scene?
No, this is back at the office.
I'm sorry, that's what I meant, back at the office?
Yes.
All right. I want to show you States Exhibit 60. Explain what we're looking at here.
Okay, this again is that black covering of the shock plate, and when you open up that, you can see the Kevlar plate itself, and everywhere it was struck with the bullet.
Okay. I think I'm going to get this to work right. Okay, so as we look at this here, that relates to this item.
That's correct.
Okay, so what is in there?
Kevlar. It's called the shock plate. It's just additional layers of Kevlar.
For the record, those are photographs 59 and 60 that I've displayed. Let's go to... Stage 61. Okay, what are we looking at here?
Again, that's the interior of the Kevlar shock plate.
Okay, so you got that little black pouch.
Right.
This sits inside.
That sits inside.
Okay, does there appear to be some damage?
Yes, you can see the directionality here where we push some of the Kevlar fibers that direction.
Okay,
If
so...
you're sitting in the car, it would be towards the right.
All right, so as Sergeant Morales would be wearing this Kevlar plate in the front of his vest, you say directionality. When you talking directionality, what are you talking about?
The trajectory from the round coming in.
And what are we looking at right here?
That's the projectile that struck, that was laying right in here, right in this area.
So it actually, this did not penetrate that breastplate?
That's correct.
Okay, you recovered that?
Correct.
I want to show you what's been marked for identification as States Exhibit 62 and ask if you recognize that.
Yes, I do.
Okay. And what do you recognize that item to contain?
It's the projectile I recovered from the ballistic shot plate.
Okay, the one depicted in this photograph?
Yes.
Okay. Your Honor, we'd offer in evidence states Exhibit 62.
No defense objection be admitted as states 62 in evidence.
Now, I'd like to show you State's Exhibit 53. Do you recognize this?
Yes.
Oh, I beg your pardon. It's your number 53. It's State's Exhibit 58. What is this?
Okay, this is the front ballistic panel.
I'd ask that you open that and examine the contents. Please keep them open. I'm going to get some gloves from the barrels.
This might be a little bit of a project.
Do you recognize it?
Yes, it's the panel.
Okay. The panel, the portion of which is reflected here, but is reflected outside Sergeant Morales' open door as photo marker O.
Correct. It's the front, the big front panel, and well, both panels are in there.
Okay. Your Honor, this time we'd offer in evidence State's Exhibit 58.
No defense objection be admitted as states 58 in evidence.
I have that bookmark. You'll have to take that out for us. Let's talk about that part first. Okay, what are we looking at here?
Okay, this is the front panel of the ballistic vest.
Okay. And where is the shot plate that we see in here?
The shot plate would fit right in this pocket here. Pocket,
And then you could remove the shot plate from the covering. Take it out. Thank you. If I could have the witness step down, Your Honor. Sure. You step here in front of the jury, and what I want you to do now, because obviously it's not, we're not seeing all dimensions there, but can you show us the directionality, how it is you come to a conclusion regarding directionality of the bullet in this case?
Well, if you sit in the vest like this, and you can see where these fibers are pushed that direction, the bullet had to be coming from that direction.
You'll walk it down here so everyone can see it. Now, if you flip it around, does that also kind of give you an idea? You kind of turn it like this. And again, a projectile was recovered from that location?
Yes, it was.
You don't have to put that back in there, you can just leave it out, put it in the bag. If you step back down, we'll take care of that in just a moment. I want to take you back out to the scene. We'll go back to State's Exhibit 63. We've looked at P, O, and N, and I want to talk about some of the other items that you recovered. Photo marker F. I want to show you State's Exhibit 65. If you just come over here, probably be easier. State's Exhibit 65, what is that?
That is that casing that I recovered.
From photo marker.
It's called a marker F.
Okay.
And
And,
it's a PMC
okay.
45 caliber.
All right, when you say a fired casing, just for those of us who are not familiar with firearms, you got a bullet, or a unfired bullet, which consists of a casing and the gunpowder and the primer and the bullet.
Correct.
And then this is just the remaining portion of the casing, the bullet is left.
Correct.
Okay. State's 66. You recognize that? What is it?
Again, PMC 45 caliber, photo marker G.
G. Okay? And just so the jury, they're going to have all this evidence at some point in time. Can you tell us where on here it indicates what photo marker it came from so they can match it up if they need to?
Sure, it's listed right under here on location. It's the driver's side of SO vehicle, photo marker G.
Okay.
Up the center of the tag.
All right. State's Exhibit 67. Do you recognize that?
Yep, photo marker H, PMC 45 caliber spent casing.
Okay. So from here,
Correct.
68. What is this?
Photo marker I, PMC 45 caliber spent casing.
Again, here. And just for the record, where are we as we're looking at all of these casings?
This is on the roadway just outside Sergeant Morales' driver's door of his vehicle.
Right here outside his car. Door.
McIndoll, I'll give you one more question, and we'll take our lunch break.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to three last and then I'll... State's Exhibit 70. You recognize this?
The photo marker K,
Okay.
again PMC 45 caliber spent casing.
State's Exhibit 69. Sorry, I don't order.
Okay. J, photo marker J, PMC 45 caliber spent casing.
And finally, State's Exhibit 71.
Photo marker L, 45 caliber, PMC spent casing.
How many total fired shell casings? 67, 65, 70, 68, I'm sorry, 69, 71.
Does have any objection? Without objection, states.
Final question to you, sir. These items that you collected, you indicated one of your jobs is to document, which you've done for this jury, that you collected and preserved. Were these items submitted to the Indian River Crime Lab for ballistic testing for subsequent firearm examination?
Yes, they were.
Thank you. You can take your seat.
Thank you. Folks, we'll go ahead and take our lunch break now. I appreciate your attention and patience with us. If you'll please not discuss the case among yourselves, allow anyone to discuss it in your presence. Please do not listen to or read any media accounts, and also do not form any opinions as to the merits of the case. Y'all are free to talk to each other, of course, about anything else you wish. Y'all can please come back at 1:15 to the jury assembly room. I have one of the officers bring you up, and we'll keep going. Okay, watch your steps stepping down. You can leave your notepads there. The jury's outside the courtroom. Let me just see if I can get a handle on the time. How much time this afternoon the state think y'all need? I'm just trying to work out the situation with the defense witness.
So I think that we're...
It doesn't matter. I'm just asking. So
Yeah, no, I understand. I think that we're... Chairman, might keep pushing it. My very last witness is a shooting reconstruction expert from the Sheriff's Office. It will probably take a little while, so it's possible that we won't conclude today, but I can't say for sure. DNA, firearms, medical examiner, and and finish up with Officer Young, or Deputy Young, and that'll be...
Okay. Mr. Chip, this woman y'all wished, she lives in a 3-hour drive away from here?
Yes, sir.
All right, and the expert is coming in tomorrow night, you said?
The update is she's leaving Colorado at 6 a.m. tomorrow. She arrives here in West Palm very late afternoon.
Yeah, I mean, there is going to be an issue regarding, because again, we have no idea what she's going to say. So there could be
Which person are you talking about?
this expert. The other one we're good with. The expert from Colorado, we have no idea what she's going to say. There are some issues in her personnel background that I'm going to raise with her. I imagine will garner some objections from the defense, so we're going to have to address that. Also, the defense, as I've indicated to you previously, has suggested that they were going to offer policies and procedures in through business records. Clearly, we don't think that the Sheriff's Office policies and procedures are business records under the definition of the rule. So,
Okay.
there's some issues regarding
All right, we're not there yet.
Right.
All right, well, if y'all can have this person from Hastings here tomorrow morning, as soon as the state finishes, even if they finish today, if y'all just have her here tomorrow morning, or as soon as the state finishes and there's no judgment of acquittal granted, y'all can present her, and then Wednesday have this other person ready to go first thing Wednesday morning. Okay? Okay?
Just the court had requested a stipulation when we were sidebar written, and Mr. Glenn and I have entered into a stipulation regarding the defendant's status as a convicted felon, as well as his driving on suspended license, or suspended license status.
Okay. Y'all advise me when you win, or
Yes.
if you want this read to the jury.
Yes, sir.
Okay? I'll keep it up here. Okay, if y'all come back at 1:15, please. Need to be on time.